All right. Welcome to the show. We have Michael, Elvin, Alex. But the real question I have for all of you. Do you guys remember the Virtual Boy?
Oh, yes. The virtual with the little tripod?
Yeah, I remember I went to someone's house as a kid. My sister had a babysit, and they had a Virtual Boy. And I thought it was really cool. But I only played, like, Mario, but it was really cool how it's like, oh, you could be really far away. Or you could be really close if you go through the pipe. And then years later, someone online was like, "The Virtual Boy's garbage because this, and this." I'm like, "What are you talking about?
It came out in 1995, right? For its time, like that was as VR as we would ever get, right?
Oh, it only came out in 95. I'm thinking like 1990. I thought it came out.
Well, I mean, you're not too far off.
Man. Yeah, that thing was a piece of junk.
No, it was so cool.
Its time is amazing.
As kids, of course, we're gonna think anything like that. I mean, I remember. Do you remember those old Tiger company?
Yeah, I had I had a soccer one.
Yeah, there's a racing one where just all it was pixels moving left and right.
Oh yeah, that's like the era of like the Mr. Game & Watch, right? It's just like the little pixels that are already like predefined for you.
We've opened up a Pandora's box here with this stuff. Do you remember it was a Japanese sensation? It was a pet that you keep alive.
Tamagotchis.
Yes. Oh my god. People were going crazy over that one. My pet died. Oh my god. You know it's not real.
Awesome.
They made it.
Tamagotchis are making a comeback, actually.
Are they?
They have been kind of, not really, for a while.
Yeah, I mean, like, you can buy them still today. Like, the product still definitely exists, right?
Mm-hmm. One would think that you could do a whole lot better with today's technology.
But there's a simplicity to it. Like, you can have it on your phone, right?
Yeah,
virtually.
Yeah. Do they have it on your phone? Like a pet you can keep alive?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Crazy.
Well, what do you listeners think? Did you guys use the Virtual Boy? Was it cool? Let us know after this intro.
I don't think.
I cut you off. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
No, you totally meant it.
Yeah, you totally meant to do it. Perfect. What I was gonna say was, I wonder if people.
Oh, oops, I was yet.
I wonder if most of the people listening to us even know what we're talking about.
I would hope so.
Fuck.
But if you don't know, we can always pull up a graphic.
Don't even quote that Biggie Small song to me right now.
Bye.
No, but
we watched the Transformers trailer last night.
Hey,
and they kept using that one line from that Biggie's song over and over. It's like he has more of the song, you know. It was the most annoying thing I heard in my life.
Now you know.
And they kept doing it. It's like, just stop.
I think they're trying to tell people that if you don't know about Transformers, now you know. This trailer tells you everything.
Oh my gosh.
Which it totally did it. It totally confuses people.
That movie franchise started, I think, when I was in high school.
Yeah, Michael Bay destroyed that franchise. And now they're trying to pick up the pieces.
You say this, but it was, I think the budget so far has been $1 billion and the profit has been $2-3 billion.
That doesn't mean it's still a successful franchise.
Financially, we have this conversation. Money talks.
Well, they lost a lot of money in their merchandise, though. So a lot of that they had to whatever they made in the movies, they lost a lot of it in the merchandise because that's what Hasbro wants. They want the merchandise to be the one to make the most money. Right?
Then they shouldn't have given Michael Bay 5 movies to make.
Yeah.
So that's really on them, not him.
Oh, no.
He made a financially successful movie franchise. It's up to them to sell the toys.
Yeah, but I don't think the last movie was a success. I think it was a dud.
He didn't work on that, though. So
he was a producer in there.
Yeah, because they were all done by his company.
Yeah.
But he didn't direct it.
Not the Bumblebee one, the prior to that one.
He didn't do that one, I don't think.
No, he did. I remember reading the credits because I wanted to see if he did it or not. He was responsible for that. But anyways, we're not here to talk about movies.
This gaming talk about
I know, right? We went to movies, some gamings. You can catch movies and TV shows on our sister channel, ANR. As you can see on the top right corner, I have an AGR and then have an ANR right underneath it. Not confusing at all. But yeah, you can go to our sister channel over there if you want to hear about movies and TV talks. We do one exclusively every Wednesday night on a segment called Popcorn Chicken. Or you can also go to our million social media outlets here we have at ANR Universe. Go say hi to us. Let us know what you think about some of our content and things that you want us to talk about, including games on this channel, which is gaming only, board games and video games.
And Transformers.
And
sometimes Michael Bay.
Yeah. What do we want to talk about? Who wants to go first?
Well, but let me talk about
Give you a little shout out.
Game of the week.
Oh, okay, cool.
Game of the week goes to Idle Manager.
I'm sorry, who now?
I didn't mean to play that audio. I'm sorry. That one happened.
Can't hear it anyways.
Damn, quit playing audio at me. Oh, it's not even showing anything on my screen. Okay, all that it is you're giving singer dancers. I love this game so much. I play it too much. How many hours do I have in this? 52 hours.
Singer dances what?
Okay. I have 52 hours in this game. All that you do is you manage idol group and you just train them, make them really good at singing and dancing, do concerts, make money, put out songs. I'm really bad at it. I love it.
So Elvin, it's like your sports games where you run an NHL team, but instead
you're a manager.
I'm a manager.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love this game.
It's a pretty cool concept.
Why? Because I can feel like I'm famous and important.
Can you give them like drugs, like cocaine and heroin?
No, but you do get things like that where let's say you develop a major fan base, and then randomly you'll get a thing that's like, hey, one of your girls was seen with like out in the city with a guy that's like 20 years, 30 years older than him, older than her. What a scandal! What? How do you?
That's
respond?
Probably me. That's probably me. I'm the guy.
It's like, well, how do you respond? It's like, well, you can ignore it, you can get in front of it, you can deny it, things like that. Depending on what
just
you
let
pick.
it flow. Love is love.
That flow. Yeah, that's an option too. And depending on what you pick, will be like, well, okay, how are people going to respond to you? Will you lose sponsorship deals with like Gucci if you pick the wrong answer?
Do they actually say Gucci, or are you just making that up?
Well, because depending on what contracts you already have, it's like, hey, she has like a 10 episode TV show contract, or she has a magazine contract with a fashion line, things like that. You can lose those jobs. If you lose those jobs, there's a penalty with every job you take. It's like, hey, you'll make this much, but if you lose this contract, you have to pay us this much.
Okay.
And it's like, man, if these girls get in trouble, you go broke so fast. So you always got to keep them on the straight and narrow. But I really enjoy it. That is my game. If everyone should play. Thank you.
It sounds pretty cool. How much does it cost?
$22.79.
So wait for a Steam sale.
Always wait for a Steam sale.
Did you buy it on a Steam sale?
I don't remember if I bought it or if I traded for it. Because I used to make a lot of like small music videos for people. And I had this one guy, it's like, listen, I'll make videos for you, but every time I make you a video or album art, you have to get me something off my Steam wish list. He's like, all right. I'm always getting games. It's great.
That's hilarious.
All right. It's a good deal.
I'd probably check that out.
But he's the only one I ever done that kind of deal with. Everyone else I charge money because it's just for him. It's just a pain in the ass to like send money for some reason.
Probably in a distant country.
No, he's just in the States. It's just not easy. I don't know. Whatever. It works for me. I get games every once in a while. What have you guys been playing?
What have I been playing? I actually started playing God of War again.
Oh yeah,
been dabbling back into that, trying to put some hours into that. Man, it's a grind. I used to love games like this. Now I don't know why I play games like this. It's just I love God of War. Don't get me wrong, it's fantastic. But I hate these games where you go from one end to the other end and then you have to do it all over again. You know, like, hey, you were over there. Remember that time where you couldn't open that door? Well, now that you're on this side of the, stage, you need to go back with this key and open that door again. You're like, oh, I was just right there. You couldn't find the key anywhere around that area. I hate games like that. It's so repetitive and redundant. It just drives me nuts.
I'm trying to think of what game I play that has that, but I don't mind it. Elden Ring, I think. It's like I'll find something and be like, oh, I know what that's for. And I'll have to go across the map.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that love games like that. It's an exploration to them, right? They like that.
Yeah.
So I've been playing that for a while. I'm dabbling in a little bit of sports games. I don't know what else to really. I mean, I got to get back to Gotham Knights. I left that with like 15% completed. I need to get back in that and finish that. Anyway,
I saw some Gotham Knights figures online, and those faces are not good.
no, probably made by McFarlane.
I don't know. It's just not. I'm like, man, what did they do to Tim Drake? They butchered that kid.
Michael, you playing any video games?
Yeah. So I mean, my game of the week is Marvel Snap, actually.
Oh snap!
Yeah,
It's
I
kind
don't
of
know.
insensitive, isn't it? To all those.
I don't know if you guys have been have heard of this game. It is a card game, not like Midnight Suns. Like it is actually just a card game.
Mm-hmm.
It was recently relaunched. I think it's late October, so about 2 months now.
Are you trying to get me addicted to this?
You might become addicted to this.
I know.
It's
I'm
a
probably
very
ill.
fast-paced mobile card game, and like it, like I didn't give it much hope initially, but it's addicting. And you can play games within like 2-3 minutes, and you're done playing. Like one round is over.
Oh, so it's
And
faster than Hearthstone.
it's faster than Hearthstone. Yes.
What is the objective?
The objective is to control zones. So there's one of 3 zones, and you take turns playing cards to have like an attack value or like a point value. And if you have the most points in that area, then you win that zone. So you have to win 2 out of 3 zones. But you can see it's got like every character from the entire Marvel franchise. The game is entirely free to play forever. There's the only in-game currency is purely cosmetic, like aesthetic. Like, hey, if you want to unlock a variant to a card, it doesn't do anything. It just looks cooler. But yeah,
Okay.
I've been playing this. It can be quite addicting. The game just came out, so here's their roadmap. It's a mobile game, but they're looking at early access for PC, adding more locations. So each of the locations that you play on have different effects, and they're looking at some more like competitive play and all that. It is an official product by Marvel.
Nice.
It's just really cool to see, like, especially for yourself, Elvin, as a huge Marvel fan, like to have all the characters that you've ever known in a game together, and like they have alternate arts for every single card.
I can see that right there. Angel's got the red and white instead of blue and white.
But you can see, look, there's alternate arts, so you can unlock these alternate art cards for Angel. Look at that one. That's
sick.
Cool. Yeah. So, otherwise it's a very simple card game. Cards can have different effects. It's basically 6 rounds. Each of you play cards at the same time over the course of 6 rounds. And whatever the point value is at the end of it, you either win or lose. That's it. And then you move up and down ranking. What's nice is that there's no random chance, in the sense that your progression is the same as everyone else. How you unlock cards is just by playing. And the more you play, the more you unlock. And every player in the world will unlock the same cards at the same time. So it's purely skill. Like, how do you build your deck of cards?
Well, you say this, but then like by the end of the week, there's already a meta out on just
of course,
do this.
Of course.
And it's like, well, why am I playing?
Well, yeah, there is going to be metas for sure. What's also nice is that you get put into tiers. So like if you're a new player, you're only going to play with new players. So they will only have the same cards that you have.
Providing no one's
so if they have the same cards as you have, how do you win then?
Well, like so you build a deck of 12 cards, and then there is still the random chance of what cards you draw, right? As well as which arenas you play on. So if we look at locations, all locations, just to show you an example real quick here. If I can get this to load.
It looks like Ant-Man has like garbage stats. He's like 1 attack, 1 defense.
Yes, but he only no. It's not 1 attack. It's cost 1,
Mm.
kind of like in Hearthstone. So these are the locations that could appear. There's 3 choices, which is all familiar Marvel locations. But you can see like Asgard after turn 4, whoever is winning here draws 2 additional cards, or like the Adventure Compound on turn 5. All cards must be played here, which means on turn 5 you can only play in this location. So you kind of plan your strategy around like which areas are in play. Yeah, it's really fun. It's really fun little game. I highly recommend it just to give it a shot. I got addicted pretty quick just because of how fast paced it is. You can be waiting in line for a coffee, and you would have played around already.
Jeez, you're gonna screw my day up.
Yeah, it is addicting. It's nice to see, and like the voice acting is really good. Every card has voice acting, and
That's
every card has
awesome.
like animations. So like when you play the Ant-Man card, it can shrink or grow really big at random. It's kind of cool.
I'm thinking we do a short on this. That's what I'm thinking.
Maybe. But yeah, so that's my game of the week, just to keep it short and sweet. It's a Marvel Snap. It's available on all mobile devices, and I think it's on Steam as well.
I think people would appreciate if we put a short up for a gamer of the week or recommendation of the week.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Right?
Yeah.
Alex? Just saying.
I know, because what I did this week, I would not recommend too much.
No, but what he did was great.
Oh, it's all good. Yeah, once in a while we can change things up.
I get a lot of ads actually for that game.
Marvel Snap, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I don't want to play this. Go away.
It's not bad. It's not bad for sure. I gave it a shot, and I enjoyed it.
I'm gonna give it a shot. I want to definitely play that tonight. 100%.
Yeah.
All
The
mobile
tutorial's
devices,
pretty
right?
good. Yeah,
Apple
all mobile
and-
devices.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
100%. That's gonna be
You're gonna get addicted. You're gonna.
I know I will. I know
You're gonna be in bed, and it's like, oh, just one more, and it's like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
What did the article that I wanted to talk about, it has escaped me here for a second.
That's fine, because I did something this week.
Okay, go. While I look up the article here.
So I got to use the AO Neo Pro. Where's my box? AO Neo Air Pro.
Mm-hmm.
This is not fun to turn on for the first time.
Oh man,
it was a nightmare just to turn it on. It's like, okay, you got to connect to Wi-Fi, but then it has a touch screen. But to get to anything on the menus, you can't use the thumbstick or the D-pad. You have to use your finger to select your stuff. Just like for the first like half hour, just setting it up. And it's so annoying because like, oh, I'm going to pick, okay, well, I have to use my Wi-Fi before I can do anything. All right, fine. I'll press my internet connection. Then I'll put in my password, which takes a while. And then it's like, okay, connecting. Oh, I fat thumb pressed the wrong internet the whole time. Start over.
Man.
So it's like, is that a negative review?
Oh, we're not done. I hope you're sitting down, Michael. Stand up and sit down again. Get ready for this. And then it's like, sign into your Microsoft account. It's like, well, I don't want to yet. No, you got to if you want to do anything. Okay, I guess. And then you go through all that. Then you go through 20 Windows menus that you don't want to read. And then you finally get to the desktop. Fine. I want to play some games. Well, we have your Xbox Game Pass. That's all set up. Well, okay, I don't have a Game Pass account. I just want to play Steam. So I guess I'll open the Microsoft Edge, install Steam. And when you open the Steam page, it has their menu of like, hey, here's all our games. In the top, here's the green button to install. But as soon as the page loads, it refreshes right away. And now that install button is gone. And so, well, how am I supposed to play this? And I go back to Google and I have to like go through like a sub menu somehow on the Google page to the install. Now I'm installing. Now I got Steam on here. Now I got Steam open, and I saw a video from Linus Tech Tips saying like, "Hey, this game doesn't have like the best hardware, so don't install games onto it. Just stream games from like your other systems to this."
Interesting.
And I'm like, "Hey, that makes perfect sense because my PC is so much stronger than this device." So I put a couple games on. My test game was, let's see here. The first game I tested was Hunt Showdown. Just try out an FPS. And I didn't have. Oh yeah, I guess I had a number of problems. Problem one was if you minimize the application on the device and you reopen it, you can't use that game anymore. Now it's all that it is just a remote free control for your TV, and your game will not appear on the device unless you like start everything over again. So you have to close Steam on here, you have to close Steam on your computer, you have to close the game. It is a nightmare. Visually it looks great, the game. There's no issues. Like, yeah, I'm streaming from my PC to the AO Neo. It looks slicker than AO Neo. On my PC, there is some tearing, which I'm fine because that's not the point of me using it. I'm not used to playing with thumbsticks for shooters. It's been way too long.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't speak to whether or not that was constructed well because I wasn't familiar with it and I just stopped playing right away.
Yeah, fair enough. So what you're saying is that I turn on my PlayStation 5 and I set up God of War on there. I can have it playing on here?
No, I did it through Steam because Steam has what's called what's it called? Big picture mode?
Yeah,
which
the big picture.
which is like meant to connect to your TV.
Okay.
And through there you can stream to your devices. Like my girlfriend, she does it to her iPad sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
She played a game called Potion Crafter. I tried Potion Crafter on this as well, but that game is really meant for mouse and keyboard. It does not like touch screens. It's unresponsive. I tried it again for a turn-based type game, Shadowrun Returns. It had no idea what I wanted to do. I had no idea what I wanted to. I didn't know where to click. I didn't know how to move. So like, okay, clearly I'm doing something wrong. Let's try Outlast 2. Because that one I have played with controller, even though it's a PC game. That's the one game I played with a controller because for some reason in my mind it makes sense.
Look at the size difference.
Oh man.
That's the
top one is the Steam Deck.
Yeah.
It's fine though, playing Outlast. Same with Cyberpunk. I tried it on there as well. I thought that would be a good stress test. Visually it looks fine, but I didn't really do too much. At that point it was super late because it took forever to set up.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, at this juncture, I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
How does it feel from a strictly a portable gaming perspective? Like, we have the Nintendo Switch, for example, and as we're trending more towards this portable gaming, like we did back in the day. Man, I want to pull out my Sega Game Gear and compare this, but like, how does it serve just for like on the go gaming?
I wouldn't know. I couldn't play anything.
Like, what about its like weight and portability?
I never thought about it because I never really got to play anything. I spent my whole time setting it up and getting angry.
So your takeaway is it was frustrating to set up and I didn't get a chance to play anything.
It sounds like a lot of software issues with this thing.
Oh my gosh. I think because every time I would open a game, it's like, hey, just so you know, this game is not compatible with like not completely compatible with like controllers or something like that. I'm like, well, what game do I have that is? I don't.
Yeah. I'd imagine like platformers, like 2D platformers might play well.
Yeah. Like Contra, like Metal Slug.
Yeah, the side scrollers.
Yeah.
That might fare a little better.
I don't know. I was not having it.
I'd like to give it a try.
All right. Try it with the Game Pass. Tell me what you think.
Okay, fair enough.
So far, it's not working for me. I'm not happy.
Well, we should definitely do a comparison with the Steam Deck. Price versus what you get out of it, right?
Yeah.
All right. Elvin, did you have an article?
Yeah, I do.
Sorry, Alex. Didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that's it. I was about to say the same thing.
Yeah.
I do. This is an article from IGN. There's other outlets reporting the same thing. It is about Nintendo issuing a full statement over Smash World Tour cancellation.
Yeah, I briefly saw that headline.
A lot of people are not happy with Nintendo on this decision. Basically, they state, so people don't know, SWT is sort of like a third-party tournament for Smash Bros. It's not sponsored or affiliated with Nintendo in any way. Only thing is Nintendo just allows them to do it, gives them their blessings, if you want to say that. And so they've been doing this for a couple of years, and then so recently they had to cancel the 2022 championship and the 2023 tour because the proposal that this third-party company gave to Nintendo, Nintendo didn't like the proposal and rejected it.
Oh.
So the company is, the 3D third-party company is not happy. They're like, this is pretty much standard stuff that we did in the past, and we had no issues. And all of a sudden, and Nintendo waited to the last minute to tell these guys. And so a lot of people are upset. People that were looking forward to be either part of it or viewing it as an outsider, because people love watching, obviously, online competition gaming, right? And Smash Brothers is one of the biggest. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. This is like a thing that happens with Nintendo all the time. They're so wired and particular about their property, and sometimes I think they kind of go overboard with this. What are you guys' thoughts on it?
They deserve it. They had it coming. Smash players, egos up here. Got to bring them down a peg.
Interesting thought. And I don't disagree with you, Alex, but like, it brings so much popularity to Nintendo, who's obviously already like a major IP nonetheless. But like, Smash Brothers is no longer in development. Like that, the game is, I don't want to say dead, but on a standstill, right? The fact that you still have a fan base who is actively playing it, actively driving attention towards it, it can only be good, right?
It's because Nintendo's ramping up to release ARMS 2.
Oh, yes.
I do want to read this article, this part here near the end here. Basically, what they said was any party that we grant a license to has to meet the high standards we require when it comes to health and safety of our fans. What the hell are you talking about, Nintendo?
So there's a massive meme that Smash players do not shower.
What the hell? Are you serious?
Yes, it is. It is a problem. In fact, I think there's some events. It's like, hey, you can't come in here unless you bathe today.
That's absurd.
But they get real stinky if you're like at a convention
what
or
an
event
with
for a couple days.
Take a shower, people. You're going outside.
That's why
I don't care what you do inside your house, but when you go outside, take a shower, for God's sakes. Why are we even talking about this? This is crazy.
So when Michael and I went to the convention in the summer to Annie Revo.
Oh no.
I forgot my deodorant at home, and I was like, "Hey, can you just grab me some real quick from the store downstairs?" So yeah,
that's
no
a true
problem.
Story.
And I'm like, perfect. And I got it.
I never heard of this.
And so I got it.
Yeah.
But then I posted a photo in a Discord. I'm like, guys, I got like some guy gave me like this super rare figure. What is this? And it's a picture of my deodorant stick.
limited edition. Yes.
Oh man.
Yes. Okay. I want to read this part as well here at the bottom. This is interesting too. The SWT organizers also accused one of Nintendo Smash Brothers partners, Panda Global, the organizers of Panda Cup Smash Bros. Tournament, of sabotaging, claiming that its founder, Alan Bunny, was telling potential organizers that SWT would be getting shut down, thereby making any potential SWT partners have second thoughts of joining up with the Smash World Tour. Whoa, this is some shady stuff right here. Nintendo says its decision was not influenced by any external parties, such as Panda Global, and that the company is open to partnering with other organizations and will continue to offer licenses for major tournaments outside of the Panda Cup. While the Panda Cup will remain a partner with Nintendo on Smash Bros., the company says that it looks forward to receiving proposals from other groups for tournament licensing. I don't know, man. This sounds like shady shit right here.
I suspect maybe SWT, they like maybe their venue didn't have like appropriate
I'm looking
safety
more.
measures.
I'm looking like Nintendo probably pockets some money here.
They pocket money no matter what happens.
No, I'm thinking like they pocket some money to, hey, they're a competition. Here's $1 million. Get rid of our competition. This kind of thing probably happen. This kind of thing happens in other industries.
I don't think Nintendo needs to play that dirty though.
$1 million. I'm just saying $1 million. I don't know what
I know, but I don't think Nintendo would do that like for any amount of money.
I don't know. It just sounds really shady.
If anything, Nintendo would have their own in-house tournament.
Because you're mentioning it could be stated, but they're right here saying it's a health and safety reason.
Yeah, so potentially maybe the venue they were going to, or like didn't have appropriate accommodations for the number of people they wanted, or for maybe they decided like we don't need a first aid attendant, or just who knows. We don't know what conversation anyone had.
Shouldn't that be public then? Because people are asking questions. Shouldn't the Nintendo come on and say, "Hey, listen, some of the venues that they had they were going to tour on, we looked at them and we don't think some of those venues met the requirements or the high standards that we have for."
I think Nintendo should have to answer, because they should have told SWT, "Hey, we're not going with you for these reasons," and that's up to SWT to change that.
No, they can have those internal conversations, but I'm saying is, when you cancel and you go out in public and make a comment like this, their quote right here, the health and safety, it's opened up to such a can of worms here. People want answers. And then you also have another competition, the Panda Cup, this accusation here about.
But that's an accusation.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is it's festering now, right? So Nintendo could just end it all by saying this is the exact reason, so you don't have festering like this happening, around their brand.
I don't think that's Nintendo's problem.
It is. I totally disagree with you. I think this is 100% Nintendo's problem. This is their property. Their PR team needs to get in front of this and say, no, none of this is happening. Here's what's happening. We'll put a bet to this. Rumors, when they get festers, it just gets worse and worse, right? And I think as a company like Nintendo, they need to get their PR team on a mic and say, no, none of this is true. There's no, partnership. There's no behind the door accusation.
Then you're going to get a lot of he said, she said.
No, it's not a lot of he should. It's their PR team. But they're the only ones that can say something. They said, this is it right here. They can get SWT on record as well. Say, yes, this is the reason, and done. Say, if they fix this, we'll definitely gladly have SWT come back. Right?
I don't know. Maybe SWT just refused to budge on something so trivial.
It very well could be something like that. Like maybe they've been skirting the line for a long time, right? Mm-hmm. But this also just feels like it's being highlighted to make Nintendo look bad.
Of course, 100%. That's what I'm saying. The PR team should say, no. You don't get to make us look bad here. But here's what happened. We gave you guys the rope for a while, and you guys were still taking advantage of it. We had enough. They could definitely come up with a statement like that and put an end to all of this right away.
I mean, but like Alex says, also, like, they could just not care. One
yeah,
cent.
I mean, but
They made their buck. People are still gonna buy their games. God bless you.
yeah, people are still going to buy their games. But if you continue to have things like this happen to you, people are not going to buy your games. You know, so I just think that Nintendo right now is third in the race console wars.
I think no.
Oh yeah, they're third. Sales? Yeah, they are third.
Who doesn't have a Switch at this point?
It doesn't matter if you buy a Switch. It's fine. You still got to buy tons of games.
Okay, so
They're limited to their games because
that's fine because everyone had a Wii.
I didn't have a Wii. I hated the Wii.
More, as a
I
general
thought,
rule,
I thought it was such a garbage system.
As a general rule, everyone had either a PlayStation or Xbox and a Wii. Now it's impossible to get a PS5. That's why they're still making games for PS4. Xbox is just Xbox.
No, Xbox, not just Xbox. Don't say that. They're the number one seller right now.
I'm gonna pull up some numbers.
Xbox is selling games like crazy. Their Xbox Game Pass is a huge success, where Nintendo's and PlayStation, Sony's isn't.
I think this is all the Smash World Tours people because they're the ones who brought up why they were canceled. This is Nintendo's fault when they could just all they could have just said was, "Hey, we're not doing this year. It just didn't work out."
Yeah.
But they had to drag in, well, this is Nintendo's fault because they don't want us to.
Yeah, but companies like IGN, all these other reporting companies, they're now gonna just take this and run with it because it's catchy. It's must read kind of thing now. Instead, like it shouldn't have been like that at all. It should have been very, very simple and done internally. But now that it's out in the open, Nintendo just needs to just come and squash it.
At the end of the day, though, I don't think it's going to affect Nintendo's numbers at all, and
Not
they're just
really,
going to not care.
But I mean,
they're not going to care.
No, but you guys are looking at it just from a one-time of thing here. What if this continues to happen? What if we continue to get
that'd be different.
But this opens the door for other people to do that, though. They're like, oh, Nintendo's not going to come here and squash this article. All right, cool. Now we have the power to go and do this again, if and make it fester. Another situation, another a tournament or whatever it is. Like this is where companies to come out and say, no, this is not going to happen over and over again. We're going to put an end to it right now, and that way, anybody who's thinking down the road of creating letting something fester, they won't. They'll think twice because we're a strong company and our PR is going to put an end to anything. I just honestly, I think as a company, you should anytime your name is involved in any negativity, you should go ahead and put an end to it. Why do you want any negativity, however small or big it is?
I disagree. I
100% think Nintendo needs to put an end to it.
I mean, like especially in the day and age we are now, with like the culture of trolling, doing just like doing stuff just for the attention. You can't respond to every negative thing. It's not going to happen, right?
No, but
people that don't like Nintendo are going to continue to not like Nintendo. That doesn't change, right?
Yeah, but that's different though. That is different. You're taking it something and making a change to the argument here. It is different than what you guys are talking about. Trolls, yes, there's always going to be negative trolls. They're all over the place.
Right. But this article is written from one perspective.
No, it's not. Nintendo came out and gave a statement, but they didn't.
That's the only statement we have from Nintendo in this article.
No. Yeah. Hold on, let me finish here. Nintendo came out with the statement, but they didn't come out and put an end to it because it's still festering. People are still talking about it. So why did you even come out in the first place then? Why not even if this is beneath them? Why do they even say anything then? Don't say nothing.
That's what I said. They said all they needed to say.
No, they didn't. They came half-ass on this.
They said, "Hey, they didn't meet our standards because of safety of fans." End of conversation.
No, they have to give a why.
They didn't meet our standards for safety of fans.
No, but if you don't give a why, you're opening up for other people to make stories and rumors up.
But
that's that's all I'm saying.
Yes, but the public is a public thing.
The public doesn't need to know what those details are, right? Like we as the little guys don't need to know what I'm sure SWT is aware of what Nintendo's saying. and this is just a vague statement for us. Like, do I really care? What do they mean by the health and safety concerns? I'm sure there's something.
Okay, let's put it this way then. Okay, what if the people did attend the SW events in the past? Now they're thinking, okay, wait, we were put in harm's way, and they knew about this. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well,
so there's a whole lot that can open up here. You guys need to understand.
we don't know. We weren't in that conversation.
No, I
And
know
even
you
then-
weren't. I know
even
you
then,
weren't.
this art-
I'm
this
well
article-
aware that you weren't in that conversation.
Even so, this article, he probably didn't quote the whole Nintendo statement. He probably just grabbed what he wanted.
I can't even find the statement. I'm trying to find the statement online right now.
IGN.
No.
But
That's
Nintendo
the
statement.
article from IGN. Where is Nintendo
Yes,
statement?
and they have the quotations, meaning it's a statement
From
from
where?
Nintendo.
Yes,
Where
I'm
did-
trying to find the full version.
Where
of
did
it.
they get this? Who exactly said this? You can't just say Nintendo. If IGN interviewed
They are
someone,
saying-
they would say who they talked to.
I'm thinking that IGN is a pretty reputable website to do a quotation saying Nintendo has come out and said this. Look,
Okay, but where
well,
did they
yes.
say this?
the quotations of the article indicates that they said it.
But
No,
where?
and that's fair.
When?
That's fair. But like,
I don't know.
wonder-
You can ask IGN. I'm just looking it up right here.
actually
Well,
here.
go down.
Elvin, scroll down.
They'll cite
Scroll
their
down.
sources.
That's a statement there. That's a
Yeah.
statement there. So
So what does that say, Elvin?
I'm not reading all this. You can read all this.
You're the one who brought up the article.
Yeah, but you're the ones that are fighting against me saying it's no big deal, and I'm saying it is.
If it's
So
then
if
read it
not
to
a
me.
big
It's
deal
too
to you guys,
small.
then go ahead and read all this.
It-
I'm not
All
reading
right,
all this
fine.
stuff. I already read what I needed to read to make an argument. Right? I'm telling you guys. I read
That's
this.
so-
I read.
Okay.
Okay, listen,
here,
Alex,
here.
Alex,
I'll read
hold
it.
on here.
I'll read it. I'll read it.
This
I'll
is
read
all
it.
I need to read right here to tell me that there's something that they haven't closed doors on yet.
Yes, but it doesn't need to be made public, no matter what. It's not public information. Not everything has to be made public, right?
But maybe if you read their
They
full
did-
statement,
okay.
it will tell us
Why
exactly
even
what
get a
happened.
statement then if you don't want to make anything public? Why you say
Elvin,
Nintendo has no
Elvin,
comment? That's
you
what
go-
companies do
if
when they
we
don't
re-
want to make a statement public. They say no comment. If this is
No, that's
your argument,
worse,
okay, hold
though.
on. Let me finish. Your argument, both of you, are saying that Nintendo's beneath this. They don't need to do anything. They don't need to make anything in public. Then
Yes.
why even say anything? Period.
Because I think you didn't read the whole thing.
No, I don't need to read the whole thing. I'm talking
Yes,
about
you
this
do.
particular. No, Alex, you are wrong. Look, this paragraph that I'm highlighting is what I'm talking about. I'm not
But
talking about the rest.
if you scroll down, it will probably tell us what those problems were.
But no, I'm not even talking about the problem. What I'm saying, oh my God, I'm trying to explain this to you guys. Listen, all I'm saying is what your arguments were. You're saying it's beneath them. They don't need to disclose the information. And I agree with you guys that they don't need to do any of that. What I'm saying is why even come out and give even a crumble to anybody out there? Why even say anything? Their PR team could have just said no comment. But since they did this now, you've half-assed it.
No,
You need to finish everything then.
I think if you scroll down, we will get the rest
Sure,
of the
go
story.
ahead, read that. Go ahead, read it all. Go ahead. If this is
Yeah.
so important to you, go ahead, read it.
But no, it's important to you.
No, it's important to the argument. Go ahead and read it then.
No, because you're saying that because they said that one sentence, that was not enough, and they half-assed it.
Yes, but I'm also
Okay.
saying, but my
okay.
other argument was
Okay,
from
here,
what you
I'll
guys
read it. I will.
No, no,
read
but
it.
hold on. There's two parts to
I'll
here
read
now.
it for
you
our
guys,
listeners.
you guys, made your points about Nintendo is beneath this, and they didn't need to do anything. They could have been settled closed doors. That is one argument, right? And then the second one was this. So what I'm saying to you is, why even say anything in the first place to your argument, the first part? Why didn't Nintendo need to come in and say any of this stuff? They could have just kept their mouth shut, said no comment. That's one argument right there. That's my
Yes.
response to your guys' question. The second part was, what did they say? Now, I
Well,
didn't go into
that's-
that yet. So you wanted to read the article? You could go ahead and read the article.
I bet in there we will find our answers to why this was canceled.
All right, go for it.
I can't read that. That's way too small for me.
I'll read it. I have it open. I'll have it for our listeners. All right, you can listen to my soothing voice. Nintendo would like to explain to all Super Smash Bros. Fans and interested parties the background and rationale related to our decision to not grant a license to Smash World Tour (SWT) for their upcoming activities. Nintendo's decision was solely based on our assessment of the proposals submitted by the SWT and our evaluation of their unlicensed activities. This decision was not influenced by any external party such as Panda Global. Any partner that we grant a license to has to meet the high standards we require when it comes to the health and safety of our fans. It is also important that a partner adhere to brand and IP guidelines and conducts itself according to professional and organizational best practices. We use the same approach to independently assess all partners. If we discover that a partner is doing something inappropriate, we will work to correct it. When we notified the SWT that we would not license their 2022 or 2023 activities, we also let them know verbally that we were not requiring they cancel the 2022 finals event because of the impact it would have on the players. Thus, the decision to cancel the SWT 2022 was and still is their own choice. So I'll stop there for a sec. They told SWT, hey, you don't have to cancel the finals. SWT chose to cancel the finals.
Yes, and
right?
but here's the thing though. Read the last part. If we discover that a partner is doing something inappropriate, we will work to correct it. Now, the reason why SWT probably canceled is because they're like, you already shit on our tour now, bro. Who's gonna come now? Because you just said the health.
Everyone will come. Everyone will.
I don't know.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't know.
Smash. Like I said
The
before,
Smash culture
players
is huge.
Don't shower. They don't give a fuck about anything.
Yeah, people will still come because they love the game. They don't care about the company, right? People want to compete on the big stage.
Yeah.
Right.
Again,
like if you're
okay.
a professional gamer, you got to get your name out there. You're gonna go, right? So just to finish the rest of this, we are open to partnering with other organizations that will continue to offer licenses for major tournaments outside of the Panda Cup. Panda Global will continue to be a key partner, and we look forward to receiving proposals from other groups for tournament licenses. In the meantime, Panda continues to advocate on behalf of Super Smash Bros. Communities, even to the point that Panda has advocated for other organizations and tournaments to work with Nintendo, such as the Big House, the organizers of SWT, to benefit the larger Smash Bros. Community. Nintendo cares about Smash Bros. Fans and its community very much, and we hope to continue to hear their passionate feedback. We are committed to working hard to bring joy and fun to the community through tournaments, while also ensuring we and our partners are operating in the manner that is positive and responsible.
This is a whole lot of garbage. There's nothing here that explains why this was.
Well, it's not a
Yeah,
lie, but Nintendo
it
says,
doesn't
hey,
have to be
do what you
explained to the
want.
public.
We don't.
Yeah, I know. And I'm telling you that the fact that they even wrote this is even worse. So this is
better.
Worse.
This makes SWT look like assholes.
No,
to be
doesn't.
fair, though,
it makes both of them look like assholes.
No, Nintendo says, "Hey, we're fine."
Nintendo is just sugarcoating a whole lot of garbage here. This article is just Nintendo's like, I'm gonna wipe my hands clean here by doing
exactly.
They did nothing to wipe their hands clean though. There's no detail of why.
They said SWT can make this convention. They weren't willing to.
They created this mess, and now they're trying to point fingers at SWT.
They didn't create the mess. They didn't make the tournament.
But they're creating a mess by having this article come out.
That's not them who made the article.
But they smoked the fire, dude. Come on, look. They put this statement out. What do you think people are going to do with this statement? You think I just going to say
two things?
I
not give a shit. Go to the tournament.
I just saw this statement. They're like, all right, where there's smoke, there's going to be fire. And this all they did was
people are going to go to the tournament. No one gives a shit.
I'm not talking about tournament, man. You're talking about something else. I'm talking about something else here.
Okay,
I don't give a shit about the tournament.
Guys. I
don't give a shit about the tournament. I'm talking about this article. Stop skewing away from the actual argument.
The argument is no one's going to give a shit.
Well, people are because it's being on IGN. If nobody gives a shit,
he hasn't quoted to me. He has to write an article.
Okay. Let's put this to rest. Elvin, why don't you keep an eye on this? And if there is a follow-up, I want to know about it. Because I want to know, did it matter? Did all of this talking in the last 20 minutes matter to the general public?
Absolutely not.
Well, let's find out, right? Maybe we're wrong. And maybe people will give a shit and hate on Nintendo for this decision. But I want to see the facts, right?
I think we got to call IGN.
We need to interview IGN right now. Matt Kim from IGN, we need to talk to you.
I guess a good way to gauge him. What
because that article. Okay, so here's the other thing. That article is saying that we didn't tell them that they can't do the thing, but it also says that we canceled the licensing. So what are they really saying? Because right here, read this part right here. We notified SWT that we would not license their 22 and 23 activities. We let them know verbally. So I don't understand.
No, hang on. That verbally is a separate sentence. Is it? That's a separate point.
We also let them know verbally, yeah. But I'm saying
that
like
we're not requiring them.
But
to
yeah,
cancel.
so they're contradicting in that same paragraph, though.
No, they're not saying cancel. They're just saying that, hey, we're not going to sponsor your event, but we're not going to tell you not to do it.
But if you don't sponsor the event, can you do it though?
Yes.
But they could take legal action against you.
What are you guys? Are you guys high today?
No,
what the hell,
no. Because
okay.
But they're saying we're not going to take legal action against you. Do your event, but we're not involved in it. If anything goes wrong, don't come crying to us.
It's like okay. Here's an example. Mm-hmm. Here's an example, Elvin. What if we, as the AGR team, says, "Hey guys, we're going to host our own Smash Bros. Tournament. We don't need Nintendo to license us. We can just do it." In-house tournaments happen all the time, everywhere.
So what is a licensing to protect the company SWT then? In the event something
happens? I think they would give them copies of like Smash and shit,
or like they'll give them their blessings. It'll be advertised, right? It's like an official event.
If I don't get the blessing from a company to do an event with advertising money and all that stuff, do I want to do the event then?
Yeah, it's up to you.
But I'm not going to get. But I'm not going to get advertising money.
No.
So would the event then go bankrupt or lose money?
No, did we get licensed by Marvel to host a Black Panther event? No, right?
Yeah, but we didn't do that for money though. We did it for charity.
That's true. We don't know this tournament's doing it for money, right?
They are doing it for money. They're not doing it.
Okay, Nintendo's just not going to give them copies of Smash. That's
I think it's more than that. Come on, man. They don't need to. A company like this, they don't need copies of Smash. They can just buy it themselves. They obviously have money from prior tournaments, but I'm just saying maybe this licensing has to do with money at the end of the day.
Nintendo would pay out, though.
I think it has. What is the biggest benefactor for all of this company to put something like this? It's for money, right? They're not doing it from the goodness of their heart.
They like so. Okay, maybe this is the issue.
Yeah,
I want to have a Smash tournament.
I want money from you guys for advertising. Right?
I want sponsors. I want sponsorships.
Yes,
I want Monster Energy. I want Doritos.
Yeah. And I think those companies like we're not doing this unless Nintendo licenses it.
Yes, because you're not an officially recognized. There you go.
By Nintendo. There it is, right there.
Okay, so we can all agree on that.
Yes.
So
I win the argument.
No,
not necessarily. No, you don't.
No, because now Nintendo's saying, "Hey, we're not getting involved in what you're doing this year and next year."
Yeah, but
they can still do the event.
They can do the event, but we're not a part of it.
They see how they cowered. Like, but you could still do the event, and then SW's like, "Yeah, we could. You're right, and yes, we probably did screw up, but if you don't license us, we're not going to have Monster give us that money, and so we're screwed."
That's their problem.
Yeah, I agree with you. That is
whatever happened in negotiations that fell through. That's on SWT to fix their shit. If they refuse to fix their shit,
but
Nintendo doesn't care.
I 100% agree with that. But what I'm saying is Nintendo either should have went full indoors, closed doors, or released a full explanation of what happened. Now, they don't have to do either one of them. I get it. I agree with you guys. They could do, right? But I just think that the way they went, in my opinion, right? And I know you guys disagree with me. In my opinion, I just think this is a whole lot of nothing that didn't have to happen.
Yes, SWT could have fixed their shit.
But Nintendo could have just kept shut and say, hey, listen, SW.
No, it's not their proposal. It's not their place to share it.
No, but I'm saying they went on record, did they not? With the quotes?
All that they said was, we can't be a part of this for whatever reason.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why people are like, oh, really? Okay, why can't you be part of this? I want to know.
Well,
I just like, please, can I get a quote from you guys? And Nintendo's like, sure. At that point, the PR team should have said, no, you're not getting anything from us.
If they said no comment, they would have looked very nefarious.
No, they should say, we want to work this internally with SWT. We believe in, privacy. That's it. Okay. We want to work with them.
Okay.
Like, they tried. I think SWT didn't care.
I know. I think
so
sugarcoated it.
I think SWT just doesn't believe in fire exits.
I can see where Elvin's coming from.
By the
I
way,
can see where
guys,
Elvin's coming from.
we're not angry at each other. We're having a conversation, and I may be very emotional. That's all it is.
No,
We love
that's
each other
fine.
so
We'll just-
much.
We're still gonna hug it out at the end of this, okay?
Elvin's at
So
SWT
stop
fan
adding
this whole
us and telling
time.
us that we're all hating each other. We're not.
All right, Alex. We need to tweet this.
Alex
guy
is a hugger,
Who,
and so am I.
who wrote the article? Can we tweet him?
No, don't harass
No,
this guy.
let's not. Let's not.
No, we want to have a conversation. But
Okay, if you want to, yeah, if you
okay.
want to.
Okay,
If you want to.
I see Elvin's point in the sense that
Matt Kim.
yeah, he has a Twitter. Anyway, like I see Elvin's point in that they said a little too much. They should have stopped short or not said anything. And now, yeah, okay,
Now,
fine.
now Matt
like,
Kim's having a field day with this. He's gonna get a raise now too. Now from this article.
yes.
But Matt Kim's the only one in the world that written this article. So...
No. It's on Kotaku. That's the original statement came from.
Well, no, it says statement to IGN though. It specifically says
Yeah,
in
no,
a
but
statement to
Kotaku is the
IGN.
one that printed it first because it one of the bottom comments it said that. So, but anyways,
enough.
it's not just IGN. There's other outlets that are echoing this.
Listen, no one cares about Smash. When Hunt Showdown Tournament
Stop
comes out,
saying
give me
that.
a call.
When we went to the retro gaming thing in Vancouver, Smash Brothers had its own area. Okay.
And I'm just saying, like, they had more than one door in that room. So they had two doors going
Don't
on.
do that. I don't want to get banned from that place.
No, they had it right.
They also had a ventilated AC system in there too. It was so hot outside waiting in line for an hour because Alex forgot to get me tickets.
I thought you had them.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I thought you were responsible enough to get your own tickets.
Okay. So when you went to PAX, did you get your own tickets? Who had them ready for you?
Well, you know.
Yeah, okay. All right.
So what you gotta do, what you gotta do.
Mic drop.
Okay. So to sum up this article, to sum up just to bring it to conclusion, Nintendo is being jerks for basically favoring this panda
allegedly
rather than being fair and giving licenses to others like SWT, who's been running unofficially for a long time, right? They have a huge following, so it's a dick move on Nintendo.
That's what SWT has claimed when Nintendo says Panda has gone to bat for SWT.
So allegedly,
well, we'll see.
We don't know that. It's a lot of
yes, exactly.
No, but
let's follow up on this later. We're dragging out.
Yeah,
a bit on this.
We'll keep an eye on this because we're massive Smash World Bro tournament guys.
Oh
So,
my god! Check out our Smash
I'm getting
Brother live
Alex.
stream.
I'm making Alex join one of those tournaments.
Fuck
Check
that
out our
game.
Smash Brother
Well, okay,
live
I joined a Halo tournament at PAX. I was eliminated first round.
Okay. Sorry, did you have another article? Oh, you want to talk about?
No,
the
I'm
sales?
not good yet.
I got some Elvin metrics.
Metrics. All right, sweet.
First 90 weeks of sales. Are you ready, Elvin?
That's not even a metric here. 90 weeks is nothing. 90 weeks is nothing. Dude,
Oh yeah,
come on.
almost 2 years worth of data.
No, but PlayStation didn't even have enough manufactured here.
Well,
I'm not just talking about console. I'm talking about games as well. Sales. For
games is one thing, but we're talking sale. We're talking console.
No, I was talking about
my argument was everyone has a Switch.
Okay.
And you said no.
No. I said I don't have a Wii. I didn't say. I never said no.
That was my old example. I was saying how it still.
I never said
true.
no to not having a Switch or anyone having a Switch. I said no. I don't have a Wii. That's the only no you got out of me.
Either way, Xbox got crushed.
But not in games.
I can't attest to that because Game Pass I don't think counts.
And Xbox has another thing up their sleeve, which I mentioned, Game Pass, which is destroying both the Nintendo.
But I don't think that counts because
what?
I'm gonna tell. Okay, it's $1, right?
It's $16 of residual income per person.
Okay, that's $16 when a full price game costs however fucking much.
Residual, meaning that every month they're going to be dedicated to paying that. Now you times that by 1 million customers.
Okay, and then what about people who are just buying straight up games for their PlayStation or Switch?
Well, people who are buying this membership now are also buying games on top of paying this for Xbox. So they're doubling down. Because not every game for the Xbox is available on the membership. So now Xbox has 2 monthly, or depending on how often someone buys a game, they're having 2 sources of income from that person now instead of 1. That's why Sony jumped on this subscription thing too now, because they realize, holy shit, we can make games. Some games have already been released because, people like us are going to continue playing these older games. We'll just charge them now.
Either way, my argument was they were not
Just
selling a
console
lot of
sales.
consoles. Consoles,
Yeah.
Xbox was not winning.
Yeah, I know. I already knew that the Switch. Also, the Switch is older than the two other consoles, right?
They admitted that, but they still said, okay, we're gonna only go from when Xbox and PS5 came out. As the launch
didn't they both come out at different times though?
So the Switch came out in 2017, where the
Yeah.
PlayStation Xbox came out in November 2020.
Okay, but what about PlayStation? They both came out the same day?
Around like the same month.
Okay.
So they said, okay, we're going to start from November 2020 as our launch point for sales.
Okay.
So that means they're not going to count the first 3 years of Nintendo sales.
So the other issue with this is production slowed down that time for Nintendo and Xbox. They weren't able to get as many out, and there's a new console, so the chips required.
That's true, but they still eviscerated Xbox
because Nintendo's already established.
And PlayStation just crushed Xbox because everyone wanted a PS5.
Yeah.
The only time that
now Xbox is gaining traction, are they not this year? I'm assuming. I know the first year was really rough for them, but now they're gaining real traction now.
I never saw anything for Xbox. It's just the one time PlayStation has surpassed them was just in EU territories.
Mm-hmm.
That is the one time. Beyond that, Nintendo has just been crushing them.
I think my prediction is Nintendo's going to be in big trouble next console wars, because now they not only have to compete with these two, you get the likes of Steam.
But Steam has been around since the
portability of Steam now.
I don't.
Why do I need to buy a Nintendo Switch if I'm not a huge Mario guy or a Zelda guy?
You have a good point, because a lot of the Switch was really meant for the Nintendo exclusives, but the Steam Deck does have a Switch emulator.
Yeah.
Which they actually advertised accidentally in the Steam Deck advertisement.
Ooh. I was going to say
they didn't mean to, but it's there.
They didn't mean to. Wink, wink.
But I think at the end of the day, though, I think Nintendo doesn't have to worry about anything. I think they're doing their own thing.
I don't think they need to worry in the sense they're gonna go bankrupt. I think they need to worry about in terms of getting new customers on board. You're gonna have your core, of course, right? You're one of them. You're gonna buy a Nintendo no matter what till the cows come home, right? But I'm just like if I talk to my youngest son who was a Nintendo gamer, loved the Nintendo Switch, played every Mario game. If I ask him now, if you get to pick a console, he's not even going to have Nintendo in his top 3.
He's going to make one up for the third.
And you're going to fight him on it. That's the concern I have, is going forward, do they have new customers coming in? Enough of them to continue the growth or to compete with the big boys?
They are the big boys.
Of the 3, they're the smallest of the big boys.
I don't think so, because I don't think they ever had to compete with PlayStation and Sony. Or
you always
Sony
you always have to compete. Who was the big boy in the 90s? Nintendo was the big boy.
I was gonna say Sega.
Yeah, that's what it's gonna get to. They were the big dog in town, and then Sega's like, "Hey, we got some cool games here, people. We got a colored portable console game here."
Yeah, and Sega won for a while until
and then lost. And then Nintendo won because Sega just tried to overextend themselves, and they lost a lot of money in the Dreamcast. They were ahead of their time because discs were so expensive. People didn't want to pay for them, right? I remember going and trying to buy a game. It was like $30 more than the cartridge game. I'm like, why would I pay $30 more for the same game?
Right? The Dreamcast was one of the best consoles.
It was, but it was just ahead of its time, right? The cost of getting games was too much. If they had released that maybe 3 years later, I think it would have. It might have stopped Sony from making games, because Sony came at the right time with their discs, right?
No, you're wrong there. And
really?
I know what Alex is going to say. Sony split off from what? Alex, was it Microsoft that they split off from?
I don't know about that, but I thought Sony and Nintendo were supposed to do a console together.
I need to fact check this, but Sony actually wanted to release discs with another company because they were partnered with another company, and they're like, "Nah, we don't want to do that. It's all about cartridges." Alex might be right; it might be Nintendo, and Sony's like, "All right, well, we're gonna do it ourselves." And then the PlayStation 1 came out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They came at the right time.
No, but like, and it might be Nintendo. Nintendo had the rights to it, but then they're like, "Nah, we don't want to do it." So Sony split off. So Nintendo lost that opportunity.
Okay, I know,
And
but what I was saying was, I think that the introduction to PlayStation was at the right time. I'm not saying any of that behind.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
not even
So
sure about that.
You're saying that Dreamcast came. Well, when did Dreamcast and when did PlayStation come out? But you think that, hey, PlayStation came at the right time, Dreamcast not the perfect time.
Yeah, I'm not saying it wasn't not a good console. I love the Dreamcast. I just think it also their probably their games could be a major factor too, right? But Sega had a good library, did they not? They had Sonic. What else did they have?
Sonic 2.
Crash Bandicoot?
No, okay.
That's
no.
a PlayStation. Right?
PlayStation came
it's
out
Sony.
PlayStation came out in 94.
And when did Dreamcast come out?
99.
Oh, okay. Totally wrong.
So maybe it was like, I don't remember. I read this book a long time ago called Console Wars about Sega during like a period of like I think like
wait,
10
Dreamcast
years?
came out 99? No way.
From what I read.
No, that's wrong. Michael, want to double check that?
No, he's right. The Sega Saturn came out in 94.
Oh, you know what? I'm thinking of Sega Saturn. Okay, my bad. That was a disc one too, right?
I don't recall. Sorry, folks. Our gaming knowledge is a bit dated here.
I'm just old. That's
You're right. You're right. It is CD-ROM format.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking about. Okay, thank you. Okay, yes, Sega Saturn. Yes. Oh man, that was a cool console too. Oh man, I miss all those consoles.
Okay, yeah. So it was Nintendo. Like Sony was working with Nintendo to create CD-ROMs for the Super Famicom. But like Nintendo denied the existence of Sony for a long time, and they were just holding it off. And Sony's like, you know what? We're just going to do it ourselves.
Ouch.
So Nintendo could have been like a much bigger IP, owning Sony and all their rights to like the CD-ROM consoles. Wow. Anyway, so they screwed up.
Well, I wonder if it's for the best because a lot of people had the N64.
I did.
The GameCube.
I did not.
And then the Wii.
Well, how can you say? I agree with all of that. What I'm saying is, how do you not want to have what Sony has included in your portfolio? Although they did pretty well by themselves afterwards.
Well, they eventually put out the GameCube, which was
I'm saying like they did pretty good
most
for
successful console.
I'm saying that they did pretty good without
the Wii was
Sony. But if you add Sony on there, they didn't do any worse. They did even better, right? So the decision to not agree or work with Sony, they lost potentially millions of dollars, right?
You're right. The Wii definitely outsold the GameCube.
Did it outsell? What did better, the Wii or the Switch? I think the Wii did.
Yeah, I think the Wii did as well.
Yeah,
the Wii was just very unique for its time, right? Like
100% agree. I saw this hot garbage. I'm like, well, a lot of kids will like it. A lot of grandparents will like it.
You say hot garbage, and it was the most successful console of all time.
It is still hot garbage for me.
I have one. I have a Wii Mini, and every time I bring it up, people are like, "A what?" I just say it doesn't connect to the internet. That's all you need to know.
Oh, okay.
Take it away. I don't think I'm gonna have time to bring up my article here, eh?
Okay, go quickly.
Well, you
know what? Why don't you save it for next week? You're right. We are running out of time here.
If I join next week, I will save it for next week.
Okay. If not, you can pass it to one of us.
Sure. Do we want to talk about our favorite games?
Yeah, let's do it quickly.
Go ahead, Elvin.
All right.
My favorite game is if I can pull it up here. Come on. There we go. I apologize for this.
Golden Axe.
Golden Axe is a great game.
Never played it.
Medal of Honor.
Nice.
Yeah, I love playing this. I know it says PAL on there. that's international release, but that's just only one I can find. But yeah, this was a fun game. This was just a oh man, I had great memories playing this game. It kept me on the edge of my seat. It was good. I enjoyed
I
it.
think they might be bringing it back.
Really?
Maybe I've been playing a little bit on 360 a while ago. They tried to like reboot it.
Okay.
Warfighter, I think was one of them.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay.
All right, cool. Michael, you have one?
Yes, Fallout, but not Fallout 3 or 4 or 76 or New Vegas like all the kids know these days. I'm talking about Fallout 1 and 2, the OG. Like I this is one of my all-time favorites growing up.
That is old school.
It's so good for its time, being turn-based like a turn-based combat game. The story was really good, the animations was really good for its time. Like this was in like the early 90s, right? Like oh man, it was beautifully designed. The gameplay is amazing. When they announced Fallout 3 in the in the 2000s, I was very, very excited for something like this, like what I played with Fallout 1 and 2 back in the day. And it wasn't. It was this like first person Skyrim with gun game, and that made me very unhappy. But yeah, I mean, just a throwback to our favorite games of all time. Like if anyone ever gets a chance, either one of you want to throw back and you want to play Fallout 1 and 2, you can actually download them for free. It is the story's good, the voice acting's good. There's voice acting on this game in the 90s. It's a lot of fun.
I guess two things. One about Fallout was I mentioned to Ellen before, I had a classmate. He came in once with a binder full of discs, and Fallout was one of them. And I borrowed it. It was burnt CD, and I was not having fun. I think it was either the gameplay or my garbage third-hand computer. Because I got my computer from like the surplus warehouse from our public school district, because I knew the computer guy for the district.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so he would give me a new computer once, all new to me.
Yeah.
But I couldn't even run like MP4 files.
Oh jeez.
All right.
I try to watch a movie and it's like that's the jank I was on.
Yeah.
Is that Jabba the Hutt?
I was just gonna say that.
I believe that's a mod for the game. But you know what? Like, if you ever want to do a throwback, Alex, I highly recommend it. It is a very good game.
Before I get into my game, I want to ask Elvin a very important question. Do you realize that when we started this podcast episode, instead of hitting record, you hit live?
It's we're live.
I know.
Live.
I know.
Yeah.
I didn't know if
I'm
you
aware
knew.
that we're live.
Because we've never done it live.
I know. I wanted to see if you figured it out.
Oh, well, I figured it out a while ago. I didn't want to say
I figured it out because at the top, like, it says live, but that doesn't register. But there's an eye icon. It says 1. And I'm like, I wonder what the 1 means.
Thank you for our viewer, our one viewer.
And so I go on YouTube. I'm like, we're live.
Oh man. Took you a while. Took you a while.
I trusted you. This is how it works.
I mean, like, do you guys want to go live going forward?
If we can all get together at the same reasonable time, then I think we could go live. But if you're watching us on repeat here, we generally drop it on Sundays in the morning. But we'll try once in a while if our schedules line up to do live on Friday mornings. Give you something to do during the day, So
I guess this audio version will come out in an hour. Great. For my pick, I pick Silent Hill Downpour, which Silent Hill.
You and your Silent Hills.
Silent Hill 6, I believe.
Was the next one gonna be Silent Hill 5?
I haven't played that one yet.
Okay.
I like that one because that was my first real Silent Hill encounter, and you get to like walk around in like a city. It was a bit bigger in scope than I imagine.
Downpour was your first Silent Hill, really?
My first like real sinking my teeth into.
Okay, fair enough.
Because when I played 2, I was very underwhelmed because everyone for decades were like, greatest game ever, greatest game ever. I'm like, okay, let's play it. Man, this is not fun.
What you don't like decrepit nurses and pyramid heads chasing you around?
I think people thought it was the greatest game ever
Ew, that's
20
scary to
years
think about
ago. 20 years ago, it's like cool. It might have been cool then, but to a new player, it's not clicking. Sorry.
Yeah, fair enough.
But that's why I'm glad they're doing all these remakes. I'm thankful for the Sega team for remaking the Yakuza games, Capcom redoing their Resident Evil games, because I think it's great that it's like, hey, remember those games that we made 20 years ago? Let's make them prettier and better. And
Yeah, I
more
really
modern.
like that. I like the remakes. I mean, Final Fantasy VII, right, is a great example too.
Then play it. That's cool.
Well, we'll talk about that next time.
It's all about 14, baby. Double the numbers. But I like
better.
I like Downpour. I think it's a lot of fun. A lot of people bash on it. They're like, "Oh, I hate the American Silent Hill games." That was made by a European team, so zip it, mister. I did the research. I'm gonna Google.
Okay. Was there anything else before we kind of sign off here?
Question
Join
of
us
the
again.
week.
Join us again and subscribe if you're new here.
Question of the week. Sure.
Question of the week.
Okay, go ahead. Do we have a question of the week, Alex?
I totally forgot I was going to do question of the week until this exact moment.
Well, you save it for next week then.
Then you have 2 questions next week.
Then we have 2 questions next week.
Oh my goodness.
One of them will be, did Nintendo screw up?
Oh, okay. I got one.
Okay, quick.
Any of these rumors, did you believe any of them? So when like the 360 came out, it's like, yay, the next Xbox 720, and it's a ball. And like, was there any gaming rumors that you're like, oh, I can't wait? And looking back, you're like, man, was I dumb?
Oh man, there were so many gaming rumors back in the day.
But like, which one did you believe until later on?
I need to think about that for a second.
I got one. There was rumors that Nintendo was going to unleash all of their games on mobile games.
Oh, I never heard that one.
Yeah, there was a rumor that Nintendo was going to let Super Mario be on mobile. And I was like, yes, finally. I don't need to buy a Switch. I can just play this game on my phone, right? And it never happened. I was like, what? So, yeah, that was a rumor that I heard. I was so excited.
The one I heard is more of a personal one. This was back in the late 2000s. I met a guy that claimed that he modded his PS3, his 360, and his Wii so that all the controllers were compatible with each other, like with all the different consoles. I don't think he was telling the truth. I think he was lying to me. But now, like over a decade later, it's like, yeah, you can do that. We have the tech. Back then, I think he was just making shit up.
There's 2. Maybe I'll save one for next time.
Yeah.
But I think my favorite going way back is Mew in Pokemon Red and Blue.
I thought
you guys ever played? There was a rumor in Pokemon Red and Blue of a truck that's just sitting there. It serves no purpose to the game, but if you move the truck, you will encounter Mew in battle.
So
and Mew is the legendary.
Is he not in Red and Blue?
Not officially. You actually cannot acquire Mew naturally. You can only acquire it by cheats or by official Nintendo events. But there was a rumor of a truck you can move way back in the day, and like everyone would try to like see what they can do about it. It's this. This truck is in the game. It's there, but it doesn't do anything.
I thought this was how you unlock Missing Go.
No, not this one. But yeah, this would be how people claimed you get Mew, and it's not true. It's not true. We wish it was true, but it's not true.
Okay.
I have a lot more
so
throwbacks.
Now I know that Mew's not in those games. So,
all right. Well, we have a new segment now. Video game rumors we wish were true.
Man, I can't wait for them to put Master Chief in Smash. Did they do it already? I think they did.
No.
You're starting a new rumor right now.
Yes.
All right. Anything else before we wrap it up?
That's it. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Thank you for watching.
One viewer.
Say bye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.